The roles, R-O-L-E, that you play might be less important than the rolls, R-O-L-L-S. And that's the truth in almost every game I've played. I'm gonna tell you all about the amazing game that we played last night. It went so well, and I'm really thrilled about the whole experience for last night. We had tons of fun, and I'm gonna tell you a really funny story about it and why I think it was so much fun in just a moment. Before I get into that, I do want to just preview and promote and put out there, hey, tonight I'm going to be on One Crit Wonders stream on Twitch because we're playing a game of Genesis RPG. I'm very excited about this, and this is In the Shadow of the Beanstalk is the name of the sort of adventure we're playing tonight, I guess, or this one shot. I really am looking forward to this character. His name is Tam, and I think he's a bruiser. He's like a fisticuffs, kind of like he's gonna brawl to get his way. He's a bounty hunter, I guess, and it looks like it's gonna be tons of fun, and I'm stoked to be playing with some great other players, and we will have a blast. Then it will be available on YouTube, and I will let you know when you can see it on YouTube if you prefer to watch the VOD rather than come hang out with us live tonight. Either way, please check that out. Now, let me tell you about what happened last night. Last night, we had a fantastically fun game, and I'm gonna do a quick recap and share some highlights from it. And basically today, we're gonna talk a little bit how roles genuinely don't matter. What really matters is your RP. And what I mean by that is this: we had so much fun last night for two reasons. Number one, we introduced a new player to the group. We were playing just myself and two others. We had switched from a game that was at a table in person with three players and myself. And one of the other players, his life changed and he had to step out of the game. The other two and I wanted to keep going, but one of them had a baby and the other one moved to Colorado. So we decided, hey, well, let's just move the game up to Roll20 and we'll play online and still be able to get together and keep having fun. And we did just that. Last week, someone contacted me through social media. Actually, they didn't contact me directly, but they were looking for a game. And I said, hey, I've got a game on Tuesday nights that maybe you'd be interested in checking out, because specifically DM Leach was looking for a game that was going to be played on Roll20. And so I said, yeah, that's cool. I play on Roll20. Do you want to come check it out in our game? And what a happy accident, or what a bit of serendipity or fate or whatever it was, because wow, did we have a good time last night. It was just a genuine blast. I think everyone at the table had a great time. This is what was super amazing to me. Last night was probably one of the games where I have been the most hands off, in a sense of like feeling like running the game. Like once I set the stage and introduced the characters, they pretty much took over and ran with the session, and it was awesome. It was fun and funny because of the way they were interacting. What I did was that at certain points when I felt like there was a moment where one of the NPCs would interject, or if they directly engaged or acted, like asked the question of the NPC or did something that would affect one of the NPCs, then I would kind of like describe what happened or speak as the NPC or whatnot. And wow, did it roll so nicely. Well, here was what was the fun takeaway from me in that evening. What we did was that at one point they were invited to a feast, and they were basically asked to regale everyone with tales of their feats and triumphs and heroic deeds. And The funny thing was, it became sort of a rolling joke through the night, because when the new character, who is a bard, was trying to make like persuasion or, you know, deception or be that charming bard, they kept rolling not so great. And then during the feast, the barbarian decides that he's going to jump onto the table and basically tell the tale of his heroics, and he and the other characters' heroics, and rolled a 20. Not a nat 20, but a dirty 20, which was still awesome, and just basically blew, like, it was, and I think it was probably the second time that it happened, because like the performance check and the deception check that the barbarian was rolling was just awesome. Like, he kept rolling really well, and the bard kept rolling not so great, and it was hysterical because the players all rolled with it beautifully, and it just made for such funny story moments and beats because of the oddity of it. Now, I want to say, first and foremost, in this party, we have 3 characters that have charisma scores of 16 or better. So we have, like, I think one of them has a 16 and the other, I think the barbarian has a 16 and the bard and the warlock both have 17s. So high charisma party. This is like the almost the total opposite of what a very typical party might be. Like, a very typical party might be 1, maybe 2 characters in the party have pretty good charisma or high charisma, and everybody else, either it's a dump stat or it's just not one of their strong stats. Whereas in this party, it's almost like that's the highest stat for all of them. So Holg, our barbarian, is not your typical barbarian, and it makes for a very interesting opportunity for role-playing because of moments like this, where he can either intimidate the heck out of people because he's like this 6'8" half-orc barbarian tough guy, or just perform amazingly well and have the rolls go his way. And that's exactly what happened last night. It was hysterical. It just absolutely proves that the rolls, R-O-L-E, that you play might be less important than the rolls, R-O-L-L-S. And that's the truth in almost every game I've played. Because if you're having fun, that's all that really matters. And even if you stink at something, you can roll really well. And even if you're really good at something, you can roll terribly. And wait a minute, now that I'm talking about this, isn't that why we call this 1 in 20 D&D? In fact, it absolutely is, my friends, why I call this 1 in 20 D&D, because those moments have, in my experience, been some of the most fun and the most entertaining, and I hope they are for you as well. Tune in tomorrow. I have a great video coming for you tomorrow that's already in the works. This one's got a little bit of time invested into it, a little thought invested into it. It's not quite as seat of my pants because I wanted to talk about the importance of collaboration. So please check that video out tomorrow. I will see you at a table someday, and remember, it's your game, play your way. Let me first just geek out and share a little bit. Tonight I am going to be on Crit Roll